Hi everyone, Edwin here with news article number 3. I found an interesting article on Forbes' website about a transgender discrimination lawsuit against Barnes & Noble. Victoria Ramirez started working at Barnes & Noble in 2007, identifying as a man named Tyson. In 2012, Victoria began transitioning from male to female. She began taking hormones, grew out her hair, and started painting her nails. She also dressed as a woman when she was not at work. Her manager at the time complained about her appearance at work, with painted nails, longer hair, and sometimes remnants of makeup still on her face, and told her that it was upsetting to customers. They were in a neighborhood store, and her manager even used the line, "Think of the children." In 2013, Ramirez told her manager that she was officially transitioning genders to female and planned on representing herself as female at work. Her manager discouraged the effort, not allowing her coworkers to call her Victoria, not allowing her to wear skirts or dresses on the sales floor, and not allowing her to discuss her transition with other employees unless a manager was present. She also warned her that transition would cause her to lose respect amongst her coworkers. The continued action of her manager to discourage her transition caused stress-induced panic attacks for Victoria, and after she called out sick due to one of these stress-induced panic attacks, she was terminated. After reaching a resolution with HR, Victoria attempted to be hired at another Barnes & Noble location, but she was denied her job because her previous manager had written in her file that she was not rehirable due to poor performance. After that chain of events, Victoria is now suing Barnes & Noble for violating California's transgender discrimination laws. This is a textbook case of how not to handle employees. It's a very real possibility that Victoria was not able to perform her job to standard or had been unreliable with attendance. I've definitely dealt with employees who have called out sick with the beer flu so often that they used up their sick time, and when they did call out sick, it was basically a case of unreliability, and eventually were terminated for violating attendance policies. I've also had employees who were supervisors and they didn't fulfill their work standards, their work duties to standard. And I was not able to recommend them for rehire when they tried to get a job at another location. That being said, the heartbeat that you bring up someone's gender, race, sexual orientation, or a disability, your credibility with human resources and legally goes right out the window, and rightfully so. Your job as a manager is to be without bias when managing performance. You're supposed to measure your employees' performance on the same standards, and you don't ever bring their gender, sexuality, race, or disability into the conversation. Additionally, if an employee ever tells you they feel like they're being discriminated against with your feedback, it's your responsibility to bring HR into the picture immediately so you can get that resolved as soon as possible. This lawsuit really could have easily been avoided. If the manager had legitimate performance issues with Victoria, he could have brought those up. If the manager had issues with her transitioning, he should have kept that to himself. Managers in California, and this was a California Barnes & Noble, are required to receive 2 hours of harassment training every 2 years. So I'm really surprised that this manager was not more careful with their words.